Good Saturday morning, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back to Southwest Arkansas Weather. We're going to take a look at your daily outlook here for August the 3rd, 2024 here on this Saturday. What we're going to talk about in today's outlook is today's forecast. Going to go over today's forecast, current conditions, and what we could see throughout the rest of the day today. Talk about the 6-day forecast, and let me tell you, it's going to be a hot one. You're going to want to tune in for that. And also taking a look at what we could see going on down there in Florida with a tropical currently potential tropical depression 4, which could become tropical storm Debbie here shortly by early Sunday, and we'll talk about what we could see, what they could see down there. That's mainly going to stay away from Arkansas, but that will affect the ridge that we have over us by probably making it a little stronger. But we talk about that briefly in this outlook here today. As always, want to say a big thanks to Palmer's Roofing, Terry's Place, Fort Smith Therapy, J&S Auto Supply, and Tan Energy and Nutrition for all they do to help us get this information to you guys. Make sure to check them out over on Facebook. And as always, have a good rest of your Saturday. Going to start this off by taking a look at the current conditions that we're currently seeing across Southwest Arkansas. So starting off by taking a look at current conditions across the coverage area here as of 9 a.m. here on your Saturday. You can see temperatures in the lower 80s across the area already. 84 in Hot Springs already as of 8:53 a.m. Texarkana also 84, but you can see the good range. Upper 70s up here in Mena, but over today's temperatures currently as of 9 a.m. are already into the 80s. That trend's going to continue. We'll be a little cooler than what we were yesterday, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But real quickly, let's take a look at what satellite's showing. And as you'll see here, not a whole lot on satellite. We'll take a look at another version of this, kind of just a few scattered high-level clouds here and there. And that's probably going to be the trend throughout the day. Not expecting many cloudy skies is what we seen yesterday, but we are expecting at least some, mainly sunny skies with a few high-level clouds and such there as well. You can see most of the big cloud covers down here just south of the Dallas area. Here locally, don't have a lot ongoing here. Taking a look at the natural color here, just a few high-level clouds that you can kind of see just off in this area near the El Dorado Magnolia area at this current time. That trend's probably going to continue. Once again, not expecting a whole lot today other than probably what you're seeing right now, just some high-level clouds, but mainly clear skies and sunny conditions across the area today. Now, real quickly, what we're going to do also, no heat advisories currently across the area. Heat index values will get near 105 down there near Texarkana, 104 today, but for the most part, the heat advisories and excessive heat warnings stay to our south, and we're going to continue to talk about what we're going to see throughout the rest of the day here in just a moment right after this. Taking a look at today's forecasted highs, you can see here across the area, forecasted highs going to be in the mid to lower 90s. Not expecting super hot conditions like we seen yesterday. We did have a front move through that tried to bring some drier air into the area. It's still going to be some humidity, but it did try to bring some drier air into to the area. Dew points, I think, are in the mid 60s to the 70s right now across portions of the area. And as you can see, forecasted highs, they're going to be, right there in Mena, potentially around 93 degrees, while the rest of the area averages out to around 95, 94 degrees. Texarkana could reach 96 today. Their heat index value could get up to 104 as the max potential heat index value. Other areas are going to be in the upper 90s and maybe up in that 100 degree mark for your potential heat index values. Now, once again, that's a little better than what we seen yesterday, but this is around normal or average for this time of year, closer than what we were yesterday. But sadly, this is only going to last shortly for this weekend, and more hot air is going to be on its way. And taking a look at tonight's forecasted overnight lows, or today's forecasted lows, you can see overnight lows, lower 70s, right there around 73 potentially in Hot Springs, while Mena could be around 69 degrees. Elsewhere, 71, 72 degrees, looks likely, maybe a few instances of 70 degrees there across the coverage area today. So not expecting a whole lot. Sunny skies throughout the rest of the day, maybe a cloud or two. Once again, little cooler temperatures. Take what we can get in the summer, but dry conditions look to continue throughout this time frame. Not really seeing any big chances for rain here in the next 6 days, and that's what we're going to take a look at next here. After this, we're going to take a look at the next 6-day forecast. Let me tell you, it's going to get hot once again, and we'll talk about that here in just a few moments. Taking a look at the next 6 days here from Saturday through Thursday of next week, you can see hot conditions look likely throughout this weekend, though. Highs are going to be in the mid-90s. Sunny skies, hot conditions there as well. Overnight lows in the lower 70s, but as soon as we head into next Monday, highs going to be in the mid to upper 90s. I do think it will be possible for a few areas to reach 100 degrees or near it on Monday with overnight lows in the lower 70s. The humidity you may have more drier air in this time around. You may have some drier air coming through this week, so that may help keep humidity levels a little lower, but it's still going to be hot, and it won't take much to get heat index values back up into the 100 degree mark. But as you can see, very hot conditions as we head into Monday. Overnight lows in the lower 70s, and then throughout Tuesday and Wednesday, there's going to be a lot of areas that reach 100 degrees. It's looking likely that 100 degrees will be widespread. 100 degrees could be possible there with very hot and sunny conditions. Overnight lows in the lower 70s, and on Thursday, highs are going to be in the upper 90s. Still think a few areas could reach 100 degrees there on Thursday, but easily the two hottest days of this week look to be Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, that is, with overnight lows in the lower 70s. I do want to watch closely. There could be some potential fronts that try to move through middle of next week and the end of next week if they make it through Arkansas. That's the biggest thing. If they make it through Arkansas, they may bring some drier and maybe kind of like what we see this weekend with some mid-90s potentially. On the rainfall side of things, it's going to be tough to get rainfall. If we do see any, it may be similar to what we seen Friday, where it's kind of isolated. Some areas seen it basically less than 10% or around 10%. Right now, there's just not enough. I would say not enough confidence to really introduce rain chances, but I still want to watch that. I'm just giving you a heads up that hey, there may be a chance to get some brief rainfall or maybe a chance to get some. But once again, monitor the forecast as we get closer. If there is more confidence, we may go ahead and put a 10% chance in the forecast. But it's 0 to 10% right now. I guess you could say it's not. It's below 10% basically there on Wednesday and maybe the end of this week potentially. But I still want to watch that closely for those rain chances. But you start to we'll have to see what happens. We'll take what we can get, but those chances for rain don't look great, and that trend looks to continue. And with that tropical system in the Gulf over there, it just may help the ridge that we have over us get even a little stronger, as that's going to stay currently to the east of us. And we'll talk about that actually here in just a minute and go over a brief overview for what the tropics is looking like currently and what potential tropical depression 4 could do as it heads towards the Florida area. And we'll talk all about that just to help you if you have any family in that area or anything of that nature there as well. So once again, we'll give you a brief update on that here in just a minute. Now, taking a look at the tropics here to finish off today's outlook, you can see right now currently we have Tropical Depression 4, which is over the southern Cuba area, and you can see on satellite it's looking a lot more like a tropical system. And that trend's going to continue. It's continuing to be a tropical depression throughout the day, but early Sunday, as it crosses into the Gulf and after it crosses over Cuba near the near the Florida Keys, it should develop into, or is forecasted to develop into, a tropical storm, which will be Tropical Storm Debbie. And that trend's going to continue to take it up towards the coast. And we'll continue to watch this, but you see tropical storm warnings up along the western coast of Florida, with a tropical storm watch elsewhere, and that trend's going to continue to take it up into the Florida area. This should, at this current time, this is forecasted from the Appalachia to the Homosassa Springs area in Florida. Right now it's going to stay just to the east of the Panama City, Destin, Pensacola, Mobile, Gulfport areas at this time. But if you plan to go on a vacation there, if you have any family there, just give them a heads up. This is forecasted to be around the Tampa Bay area, making landfall potentially near the Cedar Key to anywhere between. If you're in this red zone, just remember, hey, you got a chance of that, and there could still be tropical storm conditions outside of that cone, just depending on how big it is at that time. But still want to watch for some. I would still want to watch if you're along this eastern or western side of the Gulf Coast or western side of Florida, back over here towards Gulfport, Mobile, Panama City, and Pensacola for that potential of just some rip currents, and just because with that system moving through, it's gonna up those chances for that. But Florida could potentially see this make landfall at this current time on the August the 5th or Monday, or overnight Monday potentially there. Then you see it goes over Florida, over the Georgia area, and is forecasted to kind of slow down potentially and go back into the Atlantic near the Carolinas. And then what happens here is still going to be what we're watching currently. This is the Hurricane Prediction Center's outlook here. And then on the 8th, or as we head towards next Thursday, could be a slow mover as it goes off over here into the Carolinas, and we'll have to watch what it does, but could dump some rainfall potentially off over here in this area. So once again, this is forecasted to become a tropical storm. Still needs to be monitored. Once again, continue to monitor the National Hurricane Center for updates. Keep an eye on that area. Definitely if you plan to go vacationing next week, or if you have any family in that area, just continue to keep a close eye on that, and just continue to watch that closely there. Once again, I'm going to continue to trend off in that direction and curve up towards the northeast into the Florida area, then cross back into the Atlantic, or basically ride near the coast of Georgia, South Carolina, and potentially North Carolina. But this is forecasted to become Tropical Storm Debbie by Sunday, and we'll continue to monitor that for any new updates. Once again, keep a close eye on that, and make sure to follow your local meteorologists in those areas. National Hurricane Center, they're great at what they do, and we're going to continue to keep you